Hi everyone! So for this portion of the video I've teamed up with Redbubble. Redbubble, as you may know, is a platform that allows artists such as myself to upload their art and designs on a wide range of products for people to purchase and enjoy. So you will get awesome products and support independent artists at the same time, which is awesome. And I do have my own Redbubble store, you may have heard of it, where my art is available on a bunch of different products. I mean, there are so many products. Art prints, t-shirts, stickers, mugs, aprons, pillows, you name it. And I have also created my own Kattvalk merch with a goofy but adorable happy cat, so that is something to check out. And for this special occasion, Redbubble have set up a 15% discount code for you guys to use in my stores. You will find both the code and the link to my shop in the description box below, so feel free to check that out. I do appreciate all the support, so thank you. Also, thank you Redbubble. Now let's get on with the video. Hi everyone, so Smart Art have sent me another box to open and to try out, so let's do that. I'm not sponsored, but if you would like to try out Smart Art yourself, I will have a link in the description box below. Oh, there is a very annoying fly here somewhere. Oh, once again we got this very lovely orange inside and this orange tissue paper. Oh, look at this. So this is only my second time opening a Smart Art box, but it seems like we get a booklet with some tips and tricks and some projects that you can do using the supplies in the box. But there is also a Smart Art weekly challenge, so basically you get some pointers what you can do using the art supplies, so that is nice. So the first thing we have is a set of sketching pencils from Derwent, and they are apparently called Academy, and Academy is for aspiring artists, so it is kind of like student grade art supply, I suppose. And we get them in a bunch of different hardness. We get 3B, 2B, B, HB, H and 2H. H is a little harder and B is a little softer. Yeah, a bunch of pencils. We have a Smart Art sticker in this Mandala style. Ooh, what happened to this? We have a metal tin case and it looks like it's been in an accident. I know the shipping can be rough sometimes, but I mean, the lid is completely destroyed. Anyway, we got Derwent metallic pencils and they are water soluble. So it is like metallic watercolor pencils, which I have actually never tried before, I think, so that will be very interesting. So here we have them in a bunch of different colors.
Silver, pewter, gold, copper, antique gold, bronze, yellow, red, pink, purple, blue and green.
Also, pewter might be my favorite name of any metal ever. It sounds so funny to say it, pewter. Pew pew. Oh, and then we have this little thing. Tri-tip eraser from Derwent. I think this can be nice to erase like smaller details with, perhaps. And we have a little Suits apple candy. Yes, yes. And then we have Strathmore toned gray paper in a pad of 50 sheets. I don't know if I've ever tried out Strathmore paper before because it is made in the US and we usually have European art supplies here. I love this gray paper, it is so gorgeous. Ah, that is interesting. Just by looking at it, it looks like it is very textured because there are all of these little fibers in the paper, but it is actually completely smooth. The paper itself is a little flimsy though. It is only 118 GSM or 80 pounds, so it isn't that thick, but it is sketch paper, so you can't expect it to be super thick. And then we have this thing. I think it is just packaging from one of the art supplies. But lastly we have these guys. Derwent Academy metallic markers. Oh, this is giving me flashbacks. Didn't I use metallic markers in the last Smart Art box that I opened? Oh, they look so tiny. and they don't have any color name or anything. So they got these tiny little bullet nibs. I need to look if it was the previous Smart Art box that I opened that had all of these other metallic pens. Yeah, it was actually the Smart Art box of April that had these Spectrum R metallic markers in it. So it is funny that I received another box with kind of the same art supplies in it. And that is that. Yeah, let's swatch these, I suppose. Wow, the Derwent metallic color pencils are $27.49. So these must be some high quality pencils. I kind of wish that they've sent us some white art supplies as well, because it looks so nice with the white on the gray. But anyway, I'm not gonna complain before we see what these supplies looks like. We got the pencils. This one is very soft, and this one is the 3B, the softest one of these pencils. So as you can see, the higher the B is, the softer the lead is, and the higher the H is, the harder the lead is. Let's try out the watercolor pencils. I don't know if you can see that, but that's the silver one. And then we got the pewter. That one looks very much like the graphite pencils. This yellow looks very, very green. They are actually a lot more pigmented than I first thought they would be. Metallic pencils have a tendency to be a little harder and, I don't know, less pigmented, I suppose. So these are actually very nice to draw with so far. But then one thing I can't understand. These are watercolor pencils, but they didn't send any paintbrush or anything to use with them, so I'm not sure if they want you to use it with water or if I should just use it like regular color pencils, because it doesn't feel like this paper would super love water. So maybe I should just use them as regular pencils, but I am actually gonna swatch them with some water just to see. I can tell that they are dissolving very nicely. I'm gonna be honest, they look amazing when you add water to them. I don't know if they are very metallic, but they are very, very pigmented. This paper, it doesn't like being wet, so I might actually just use it as regular color pencils. So we have this silver pearl color. That one definitely shows up on the paper. The nib is a little scratchy. So yeah, there we have those. They aren't super shiny, but you can definitely see that they are metallic. Also, let's try the eraser. So as you can see, the hardest lead erased much easier than the softer one. So let's check out this project. A great way to practice your color pencil skills is to create a mandala. Oh no, I suck at drawing symmetrical things, but I think since I struggled a lot last week making something that I didn't really want to do, I think I'm just gonna draw whatever I feel like today using these art supplies. So yeah, let's create something. So I felt I needed a little bit of practice using these supplies just to see how they interact with each other, how the color pencils blends, and if you can layer the metallic pens over the pencils. And the answer to those questions are yes, the color pencils, they blend nicely, and yes, you can draw with the pens over the pencils. And I'm sure that Smart Art thought of this, but they really missed out on the opportunity to give us a white pencil or pen, white on toned paper. It looks so good, so I actually ended up using one of my own white color pencils. Sure, the pearl or silver metallic pen, it looks very white, but it still have a shine to it, so in certain angles it looks a little dull. And I know I said that I wouldn't use water on this paper, but it looks so vibrant and good when adding water to the watercolor pencils. It really made the color pop, and it also gave it a more solid color than just using them as regular color pencils. It kind of blends the pigments together. Alright, so let's try to create something, and if you saw my last video, you know how much I struggled with the art supplies and the motivation and creativity. I basically struggled with everything, so I just wanted to create some comfort art, something that inspires me and that I enjoy to draw. Basically, I didn't feel like challenging myself too much today by doing a mandala or something like that, so a cozy autumn witch it is. And speaking of challenges, of course I wanted her to hold a coffee mug with both her hands, which I struggled a lot with, but after looking at some reference pictures, I feel like I somewhat made something that resembled hands, and I have always struggled with drawing hands, and I know I'm not alone. Hands are freaking hard to draw. And I try to tell myself that hands, they are fun to draw and not intimidating at all, and to be honest, I'm starting to more and more enjoy it. When you tell yourself that you are bad at drawing something or that something is hard to draw, I suck at drawing symmetrical things, then it will automatically get intimidating. So try to keep a positive mind and thinking, even if I know it is hard. So I actually really love the pencil sketch of this, and I somewhere just wanted to keep it that way, maybe add some more contrast with a darker pencil and maybe some white highlights, but I felt I needed to give these metallic pencils a go. So I made a very light base with the color pencils, and then I blended them out with water, and then I built up the color intensity even more with the pencils on top of that. And I have to say, I really enjoy these metallic watercolor pencils. They are so soft and they blend so well, and they also layers very nicely. They are surprisingly pigmented for being a metallic color pencil. My experience with metallic pencils is that they are usually very hard, meaning the lead is very hard, and they are not very pigmented. And on top of all that, these are watercolor pencils that dissolves very easily. I am really amazed by these color pencils, as you can tell. I kind of wish though that they were just regular watercolor pencils. Metallic art supplies looks pretty, but they are sometimes hard to incorporate into art. It was a little tricky to film the art since all the art supplies are reflective. Even the graphite pencils have a shine to them. The overview looks a little washed out, and the side view is a little more accurate but still shiny. And even from my angle it looks okay, but since the paper warped from the water and all the layering of the color pencils, it made it look very reflective in some spots and a little hard to see what I was doing. Things just blended together. Also, because of that, I added some black outlines to the face because it all looked very muddy, and I felt like at least the face needed some extra outlines to define the details. But basically, I was just playing around with the art supplies without any special plans or anything. I just had a lot of fun adding textures with the color pencils and blending and layering. It was overall a very relaxing piece to work on, which I really needed. I really wish sometimes that I would be one of those people that can art and talk at the same time. I think it would be so much fun to just sit down and draw and relax and chat with you guys at the same time. But my brain is so busy with drawing, so I can't really talk, so I will have to do the chatting afterwards instead. But I'm trying to make a little longer videos. Personally, I love having longer art videos on in the background while I am drawing. It is so relaxing. So guys, let me know, what are you doing while you're watching my videos or any art video in general? Are you just straight up watching them, or do you have them on in the background while you're doing something else like drawing? Let me know. I added some white outlines around the character or the witch to make her stand out a bit more from the background, and yeah, here it is. Not a masterpiece or anything, but definitely a colorful comfort art piece, and I am very happy with it. So let's make another one since I'm having so much fun with these art supplies. I'm making a little mushroom creature. Mushrooms is one of my go-to things to draw when I don't really know what to draw. Again, it is very hard to film these drawings. Everything is so shiny. Did I say how much I love this paper? I wish it was a little thicker, but I like how smooth it is, and the gray tone, it makes both the colors and the highlights to pop. Again, I think they could have added a white pen or pencil to the box, but then on the other hand, I did use my own, so I kind of fixed that problem myself. But yeah, cozy autumn comfort art, just what I needed. Like a cup of warm tea after a stressful day. It was so nice and relaxing. I didn't use the metallic pens a lot. I thought they were a bit hard to incorporate into what I was working on, but I loved working with the metallic watercolor pencils, as I may have said 100 times now. They were so soft and smooth and pigmented, a very nice little surprise. And the graphite pencils, they were nice too. I mean, they are pencils and they work just fine. I think overall this was a very lovely little box to work with. Check out the link below if you would like to try out a smart art box yourself. So far I've really enjoyed these boxes, the two ones that I've tried out. I am very curious to see if there will be metallic pens in the next one too, but I guess since it is the October box there might be some inking supplies in it, we'll see. Oh, also speaking of ink, I have a little announcement, or maybe not announcement, but I have some information for you. I made a video recently talking about Inktober and that I was thinking of making my own prompt list for October, and it seems like a lot of you guys really like that idea, so yeah, I actually made my very own prompt list. It's called Katttober and you will find the list either on my Twitter or my Instagram page, so yeah, if you like to draw a lot of cats for October, feel free to use it. And there are no specific rules or anything. Use whatever art supplies that you like and do as many prompts as you want. It is just for inspiration and hopefully it will inspire someone to draw a little more during October, and that would make me so happy. Anyway, I love how this little creature turned out. Something that I'm gonna try to work and practice a little more on is face expressions. It would be so much fun to do more stylized faces for my characters. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video and the art. I really enjoyed creating these mindless art pieces. It was a very nice change of pace, I suppose. Feel free to check out my Redbubble store if you like to get some Happy Cat merch. I mean, it is so adorable. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I hope I will see you next time. Keep drawing my happy cats. Bye!